Hi there, and welcome to my tutorial on how to play John Mayer's solo on Slow Dancing in a Burning Room. From the same album as Gravity, the solo shares many similarities to the solo on Gravity with some distinct differences. Again, John chooses to stick exclusively to the pentatonic scale and incorporates some rather large bends in the first half of the solo. But as the second half of the solo rolls around, we're bombarded with these erratic little snippets, a technique which is common to blues soloing. Again, this is a tricky solo to master as it incorporates some difficult to master techniques, so I'm going to rate it as intermediate to advanced. As always, I'll play the solo outright so you can hear it and see it, and then I'm going to break it down into phrases so that you can attack it piece by piece. So let's get into it, shall we? Okay, so the first little phrase of this starts with a hammer on from the 9th fret up to the 12th fret on the 2nd string, and then we've got this bend from the 14th up to the 16th fret and back down again. So we've got the hammer on, so you play the first note, hammer on to the 12th fret, and then you have, like I say, your 14th fret with your 3rd finger, and you're going to play it and then bend it up and then bend it back down again. So it sounds like this. So you're bending from there to there. So it's as if you're playing, but it's. And then the same thing happens with this little bend from the 11th fret. Sorry, the 13th up to the. This is the big one. 13th up to the 16th fret up to a B. You're bending from that G sharp up to a B, and back down again. And then you're doing the same thing again, or a similar thing again, on the 11th fret up to the 13th fret and back down again, but twice instead. And then a pull off. So that's the first phrase-ish. First 3 small into a big phrase. So you got the hammer on from the 9th to the 12th fret on the 2nd fret, and then bending the 14th up to the 16th fret and back down again. It's really hard to do without knocking all the other strings, so that's what I mean about difficult bending techniques. So you always get that fret noise. There you go. It's a bit. You kind of got to mute a lot with your right hand. And then the same here on the 13th up to the 16th fret, big bend, and back down again, and then 11th up to the 13th, and then pull off, up twice, and then back down, and then pull off, and then you're playing the 9th fret on the 5th string to the 11th fret on the 5th string with a hammer on. And that's quite a tricky one as well, because you've got to play and then get your first finger to kind of go down. So you've kind of got to roll down to the 9th fret, from the 9th fret on the 3rd string all the way down to the 9th fret on the 5th string, and do that hammer on. And it's a real light hammer on. It's not you're not being real hardcore about it. It's a real light with your picking hand, really light. Even potentially not even doing that, just hammering it on with your left hand without the picking. I pick it. Later on comes a little hammer on without the picking, but for this one, just a real light picking because of the tone of it's real soft, not real. Because that's the other thing is controlling your tone with your picking hand. You get that real intense tone if you pick real hard, but if you listen to the difference in tone versus, you get a different tone depending on how hard you pick with your right hand. So that's something to keep in mind as well. Have a listen to what John actually plays, and see whether it's a more piercing, harsh tone, or if it's a more soft, soft tone. I can't think of another word for that. when you're playing those bends. From what I remember, it's kind of a more intense tone for those ones up there. So anyway, here we go back to that first phrase. Hammer on, 9th to the 12th, and then 14th up to the 16th and back down again with the bend. And then onto the 3rd string, 13th up to the 16th and back down again. And then 11th up to the 13th twice. And then pull off, and then roll down to the 9th fret on the 5th string, and then hammer on to the 11th. So it's... Yep. And then we're going to play, we're going back up to our 9th fret on the 2nd string, part of this pentatonic scale I was talking about. That C sharp minor pentatonic scale. Your first finger on that 9th fret, and now you're going to pick these next 3 notes, but in a staccato fashion, which means short and detached. It's so each note is detached from the one before it, and it's kind of that harsh picking as well. And then he does this little blues lick. So your 4th fret on the 12th, sorry, your 4th finger on the 12th fret on the 1st string, down to the 9th fret on the 1st string, and the 9th fret on the 2nd string. So you're going to play 4th finger, 1st finger, and then roll down to the 9th fret on the 2nd string. That's so getting that rolling action. So rather than playing your 1st finger and then jumping it across, so you're not going, you're rolling it. See that little roll I do there? So that's what you're doing for that. So you do that twice, that little phrase. And then you bend. Not like that, but like this. So the 12th up to the 14th and back down with your 4th finger. And without the pick scrape as well, sorry. And you play the first note and you play the second note as well. So it's play, play. So you pick. What was I going to say about that? No, that's right. So, and then this is the little fast snippets bit I was talking about. So you've got, so you're playing 9, 12, 9, and it's all picked. And for that one, you don't need to roll your finger because you're playing a note in between. You're playing the 12th fret in between those 2 9s. It's whenever you're going from one string to the next string on the same fret, you can kind of roll your finger like that. But here we've got this finger in between. I mean, you can do it if you want, if it helps you. But I mean, you don't have to. If you go back up, that's when if you were going back up. If you're going back up to that, you could roll. But and the next one I think is the trickiest one. It's got a bend from the 11th fret up to the 13th fret, back down again, and then 9th fret on the 3rd string, and then 11th fret on the 4th string. Sorry. That's it there. Real quick. And it's all picked. And then quite fast. And then the last bit. So 9th fret on the 2nd string, 9th fret on the 3rd string, and then 11th fret on the 3rd string. And again, there's that rolling. And that last little bit is a pull off, and then you play the 11th fret on the 4th string. So slowly. So all together it's... sorry, what's that second one? No, it's not. That's it, sorry. There you go. And then this last bit. So you're playing the 11th and the 12th frets on the 3rd and the 2nd strings with your 2nd and 3rd fingers, and then sliding up 2 frets each. So the 11th fret here goes up to the 13th fret here, and the 12th fret here goes up to the 14th fret there. And you do it twice. So you just play it and slide up, slide down. And then this last little note is you're going to put your first finger down to the 9th fret on the 6th string and then hammer on with your 4th finger on the 12th fret on the 6th string. So it's, and I'm not even picking that because it's really soft. It just sort of comes in at the end there. So again, that little phrase, just like that. Yep, so I'm just going to run through each of those little phrases one more time just so you can see them all, and that'll be that. So the first, again, is a hammer on from the 9th fret to the 12th fret on the 2nd string, and then a bend from the 14th up to the 16th and back down again. So, and then 13th fret on the 3rd string, bending up to the 16th fret and back down again. And then the 11th fret on the 3rd string, bending up to the 13th fret on the 3rd string and back down again, but twice. Hammer off, pull off. And then hammer on from the 9th fret to the 11th fret on the 5th string, real light. And then these staccato notes up the pentatonic scale from the 9th fret on the 2nd string, 12th fret to the 9th fret on the 1st string. And then this little blues lick, 12, 9, 12, 9, 12, 9, 12, 9, 12, sorry, 12, 9, 9, 12, 9, 9. Bending from the 12th fret up to the 14th fret with your 4th finger. And then these little snippets. Those little ones. 9, 12, 9, and then bend. And then 9, 9, 11, 9 on the second string, 9 on the 3rd string, 11 on the 3rd string. Pull off without picking. Pick the 11th fret on the 4th string, and then these two fingers together, the 11th fret on the 3rd string, and then your 12th fret on the 2nd string, moving them up 2 frets twice. And then hammer on with your first finger on the 9th fret on the 6th string, and then your 4th finger on the 12th fret on the 6th string. Go cry about it, why don't you? Yeah, that's it there. Good luck, and I'll see you next time.